Good Sunday evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us on Western Mass News at 10. I'm Matt Satilli. We begin with breaking news about that Wednesday night shooting that killed 2 police officers in Bristol, Connecticut, and injured a third. Connecticut's Office of the Inspector General releasing body cam footage today from that incident. A warning that you may find this video to be graphic.
Shots fired, shots fired. More cars, send everyone.
Connecticut's Office of the Inspector General says preliminary findings show that 3 Bristol, Connecticut police officers were ambushed while responding to a fake domestic violence call on Wednesday night. Along with the report, they released this body cam footage from Officer Alec Airado, the lone officer to survive the incident.
Officer shot, officer shot.
The preliminary findings say Airado, along with Sergeant Dustin DeMonte and Officer Alex Hamzy, responded to Redstone Hill Road based on a 911 call believed to be made by Nicholas Brutcher. The Inspector General says the 3 officers were then ambushed when they went to the side door of the house. They say Brutcher fired more than 80 rounds, attacking the officers from behind. DeMonte and Hamzy were killed in the shooting, while Airado was struck in the leg. They say Airado was able to make his way around the house, and the body cam video shows the officer firing 1 shot. That shot striking and killing Nicholas Brutcher. Based on the evidence collected so far, authorities say Airado's use of deadly force has been ruled justified. Shortly after that shot was fired, the body cam footage shows Officer Airado approaching the driveway of the house. He confirms the suspect is down. The Inspector General says both Sergeant DeMonte and Officer Hamzy also had body cams that were active that night. However, releasing that footage would be an invasion of personal privacy as they were homicide victims.